Hey, good afternoon. We're going to introduce the next panel. My name is Eremir Dovnik. I'm from Cambrian. The discussion on the next panel is going to be looking across what has happened already in the agenda today, talking about outsourcing strategy, transformation, innovation, but looking at it from a perspective of procuring stuff in the cloud in a multi-vendor environment. Excuse me, at the back, if you could take your seats, sit down, that would be great. Or rather than be heckled, I'll heckle you. So I remember, who's seen Stanley Kubrick's 2001 Space Odyssey? Raise your right hand or right leg or anything. Okay, a fair number. Who knows when it was released?
That's 68? 68.
The correct answer. You win a free ride on a New York metro. Well, I have one here in my pocket somewhere. I saw it when I was young-ish, and I had hair, and it was in the early 70s, and they'd already landed on the moon, which when you look at the program, you think, wow, all that technology, and it's before they got on the moon, and I was looking forward to the 2000, thinking, that'll be great, look at all that cool stuff, and I'll be 35 at 2000, and I look at us now, and I'm still sweating in the back of a Honda Civic, coming to a conference where people are meeting face-to-face. So some things I really like, which is the human interaction is just as strong as it was 35, 40 years ago. But in terms of technology, the promise of the future is not usually as fast as is often predicted. In this subject, we're going to introduce the panelists. We're going to talk about people's needs and wants, which are, ideally, people would love not to own their technology. They'd love to procure it. The spirit is very strong in that desire, but the flesh is rather weak. So we're going to talk about that subject today, and I allow the panelists to introduce themselves. I'll ask some questions, and then I'll open them up to the floor.
My name is Bill Mitchell. I work for Deutsche Bank. I'm responsible for global IT program management for our platform services group, that we offer common platform and services across Deutsche Bank. But I have a specific responsibility for delivery of our external cloud projects and platforms.
Great. My name is John O'Brien. I work for Morgan Stanley. I'm part of the Resource Management Group, which is a group that exists within a technology and data division. We're responsible for providing access to contingent labor that is able to be sourced from global remote locations. So we work with a small group of providers that have connectivity to the Morgan Stanley infrastructure and provide contingent resources to us. Our group's really responsible for, aside from access to the labor, relationship management both with the vendors as well as our stakeholders internally, operations in terms of running the program, and also risk management from a program standpoint.
I'm Ken Adler. I'm a partner at the Loeb & Loeb law firm. I chair the technology and outsourcing practice. And I'll say, since I'm the lawyer on the panel, I'm a lawyer and I'm here to help. How come people look at me and they smile when I say that? They don't blame. So if something goes wrong on the panel, blame the lawyer, okay, as usual. It's a full-fledged group of about 20 professionals doing all kinds of outsourcings, particularly for the financial services industry. One note is you'll see in this panel we talk about sort of convergence of technology and outsourcing. We've seen that at the firm. We've created a group called the Advanced Media and Technology Group that it takes the best of breed of different practices together to address what's happening in the marketplace, from data privacy and security to IP, to emerging media and mobile, the outsourcing technology, as well as social media. All of that really is now coming together, and I think that's all implicated here.
And even though he's a proponent of social media, he's not going to post anything naughty on his Twitter account, he promises me. So our first question is, how mature really is the market for multi-vendor cloud-based services versus the traditional spending that occurs, whether it's managed services, ASP, or the license model? Have the vendors oversold themselves, or are clients slow to adopt? Maybe, Bill, if you kick off, and we'll let the other panelists jump in.
I've been working in this space on and off for about 18 months. I think the vendors are relatively immature, but not necessarily in the areas that I expected. We're getting tripped up over some pretty basic things in our T's and C's, so it's not even necessarily the technology maturity issue, it's some other issues in terms of vendor size and scalability and resourcing.